curious to hear from your perspective, why are bad ads problematic? I know it's in the name, but why should publisher devote time and resources to fighting bad ads?
Right. So we can look at it from different prism. Okay, we can look at it from from a long-term branding strategy. So essentially, when we think about the publisher, when we think about an application owner, we believe that they have a long-term strategy, and essentially they're trying to create some kind of a relationship between them and their audience. And ads are integral part of this experience. And if you are also put a lot of emphasis on the content on your website, on the editorial quality, from the user perspective, they see the ad as an integral part of that experience. And if they have essentially bad ad, that will, in the long run, will actually harm your branding. So branding strategy, how you're being perceived by the user. So that will be one big factor. The second is about monetization. So very straightforward. Bad ads can create churn. Bad ad can have a bad impact on the user. Bad ad can lead to bad review in the App Store. And there are many correlation between the quality of the ad and the actual revenue generation of the publisher. And some of them are very obvious. So back in the days, about 2 years ago, auto redirect was a big issue, right? So it's very easy to understand that if a user is being redirected out of your publisher or out of the app, essentially there is a good chance that they will not come back, and the overall revenue they're making from that session, from that revenue, is being jeopardized. And another very big factor is about regulation and about other partners you're working with, right? So you can talk about regulation that related, to a specific vertical, right? CBD, marijuana, that's a great example. Today there are states in the US that are not allowed to see this kind of ad. Very similar also gambling. You can talk about regulation about privacy. So if ads actually, behind the scene, jeopardize your privacy policy, you might have as a publisher exposure to a GDPR or CCPA regulation, and also about other advertisers. So some advertisers don't only want to be displayed right in content that's appropriate to them, and if a premium brand ad will be delivered next to an offensive ad, for example, then that again, can jeopardize the relationship between the publisher and the advertiser partner that they're working with.